Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. That definitely requires a nice steaming cup of coffee. All right. Today, for everybody, got Ontario Rat 2 in D2 steel. I've had this particular uh, folding pocket knife now, I'm thinking around 3 years, maybe verging on 4. So stick with me here, guys. We'll get into this review because I do have a lot of positive things to say about this knife. This knife here I did get on Amazon. I don't know what it's running right now, but I'm thinking I may have paid around $40 for it. But I've done quite a large amount of work with it, a lot of woodwork, and just general cutting tasks. It's held up quite well. The construction's pretty good. I said we got a D2 steel blade, G10 line, handle scales, stainless steel liner, pretty strong belt clip, and this has the ability to switch left or right handed, tip up, tip down carry. Pretty lightweight. You hardly notice it when it's in your pocket, but for its size and weight, though, very tough. Pretty impressed with it. It's been pretty much a regular companion now in my pocket for, like I said, three, maybe possibly even 4 years. So just while we're got the camera up close, get the little bit of wood here. And it came from the factory really sharp. It was one of them deals where I didn't have to bother doing any work to the edge myself, and I've only honed the edge back a little bit here and there since I bought it, just keep the sharpness up on it. We can get nice thin curls here. And a good thing about being able to make the thinner curls, they do dry faster. So if you just happen to get a piece of wood off a tree, off the ground, depending on what the weather condition is outside, you can get these thinner curls. They dry a lot faster. So that's very handy to be able to do. And as always, guys, some of the stuff I'm going to demonstrate in these review videos, you don't necessarily need to do these yourself, but it's just I want to show it. That way, if you're curious, you can do it. You don't have to spend your money to know whether it can. So this would be lightweight battening, I guess, in a manner of speaking, but I'm going to use my palm of my hand here instead of another stick because this is pretty small. But this is just so you can know that you can take some smaller stuff and turn it into even finer material, which would come in handy for fire making. So we can get this stuff broken down quite fine, actually. Like I said, we don't need to hit this on anything really big. Wouldn't recommend it. Being a folding pocket knife, it may hold up to some abuse like that for a little while, but you don't want to push it. Yeah, we can break that even down finer if necessary, but I don't feel as it, depending on the conditions you find yourself in, you probably won't have to go super small unless it's like absolutely soft and wet and it's raining and been raining for a while. But yeah, you break stuff down really, really small like this. That'll definitely assist you in getting a fire going, especially once you make a bunch of feather sticks. Then you break stuff down to this size, get a little bigger. Then you can put that, once you get your feather sticks lit up, start putting this stuff here on top of that to help get your fire going. All right, let's get some more of this cardboard in here. And again, especially if you're new, cardboard is actually really hard on the edge of a knife. It'll actually dull a lot faster than you'd think possible. But let's try to see if we can get a little curl pop up if I can get the angle of the knife correct. Cutting it a little too deep. It's actually a little harder to do than it looks. Nice, relative. It's a little bit raggy, but that's not too bad. I've used it quite a bit here last week, and I haven't honed it yet, so. But it's still cutting quite well. All right, let's move on to the. I do believe we tried some of that old boot lace. Here we go. That was actually quite easy. Let's double that up. All right, focus, camera, focus. All right, let's get her down on the stump here. We'll drop the camera. Again, nice clean cut. There's some hills and valleys on the top of this stump. It's by no means level, so sometimes the blade can't cut all the way through because of that. All right, it's not too bad. All right, guys, real quick, we'll just bring the camera back up again, and we shall see how well she shaves. As I find a decent spot here. Let's bring that back up here. Not too hateful. Like I said, it's been used a lot, and I haven't even honed it up for the video. Well, it's always going to come down to would I recommend it. And this, yeah, I very confidently say this thing is definitely worth its weight. The price isn't too bad. Like I said, don't quote me. It's been more than a couple years since I've purchased it, but I'm thinking it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $40. But as far as a folding pocket knife goes, for this to be in anywhere between the range of 30 and 50 bucks, acceptable for the quality. I said it's nice and light. You don't even really notice it. It's small enough too to take in consideration for kits. You could potentially put this guy in a kit that you may have put together, or if you have the ability to afford more than one. Real quick, I'll grab my tape measure here, guys, and we'll see exactly how long this thing is closed. All right, we are looking at barely over 4 inches closed. And the blade, I do believe, is 2 3/4, but we'll double check. Now, if you take the blade all the way to where it meets the scales, it's about 3 inches. So that actually gives you a pretty functional blade on there, and it's slicey enough too. You could actually use this thing for food prep. It's tough enough for whittling task, just general kind of woodsman or bushcrafter's tool. I go as far as say for your emergency survival kit, this thing would actually probably be fantastic for that. It's probably in the vein of the Benchmade Bug Out Mini or Junior, whichever it's called. It's kind of got that size and weight kind of feel to it, but it still actually has the stainless steel liner in it, which I don't mind. I mean, I get the idea and the concept of the knives that don't have or have a partial or don't have it. They're relying strictly on the quality of the handle scales. I do prefer, I don't care about that little bit of extra weight, that stainless steel liner in there. I just makes me feel a little more comfortable knowing that that's actually in there because it really strengthens the structure of the knife. And it has 4 these barrels that go in between, so you got good stainless steel barrels in there, screws that go through each side. But that, nice and strong. You put some force on it if need be. And the handle, surprisingly, is decent enough where I can get a decent grip on it. I can it's just slightly past my pinky. Usually for me to have a minimum grip with the width of my hand, I'm usually wanting somewhere around close to 4.5 inches. Like I said, I got well above average size hands. So that this handle for most people would probably work fine. And even with my big hands, that's considered my finger going into that little choil cutout. That's kind of missing the pinky for me altogether, but I can scooch up on it and I can just get my pinky in there. And like I said, I've used it for years now, got plenty of control. It's actually comfortable to use in that reverse backwards grip. So say you need to peel an apple or a potato, it's nice to have a comfortable enough handle to use it like that. A lot of times I found that there's some knives out there that are good knives, but if the handle geometry is wrong, or, especially if it's got a real big swoop going up one way or the other, it makes it a lot more difficult to reverse grip that for peeling and whatnot. But all that considered, guys, if you're looking for an affordable, pretty high quality folding pocket knife, it's not big. It's just, big enough to get the job done. Highly recommend it. Like I said, it's I got mine on Amazon. I'm sure it's still there. But this is like the little brother to the Ontario Rat One. So if anybody's interested in that, don't be shy about it. I'd say pull the trigger on it and get it. So thank you all for watching. Excuse me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you all in another video.